me. Nothing's gonna happen to you now. Not with Annie here. I'm your #1 fan. I am your #1 fan.
Where am I?
It's all right. You're just outside Silver Creek, Colorado. This is my home. My name's Annie. I'm a nurse.
My legs, they're on fire.
I'm sure they are. And you can have your pain pills soon, your novel, but it's just not time yet.
What happened?
You were in a car crash, Paul. I won't lie. When I saw your car at the bottom of the hill, I thought you weren't going to make it. I had to crowbar the door open, and there was glass everywhere, and you were not moving. It was not easy to get you out, but I'm a determined woman, and I did it. I laid you out on the snow, and I forced air into your lungs, and I said, breathe, you hear me, breathe. I had to make you live. And that's what I did. I got you up the hill and into my truck. Well, you had a few close calls, but that's all over now. Your shoulder was very badly dislocated. Now that was stubborn, but I finally got it popped back in. But what I'm most proud of is the job I did on your legs. Considering what I had around the house, I don't think the doctor around could have done better. You had fractures in both tibia, and the fibula of your right leg was broken too. It's not nearly as bad as it looks, I promise.
Well, shouldn't I be in the hospital?
I'll get you to the hospital as soon as the roads are open. I tried calling, but the phone lines would still be down. I could feel the bones moving in your legs as I was trying to set them, so it really is best for you to remain immobile for now.
How long have I been here?
This will be your 4th morning.
And I was unconscious the whole time?
Almost the whole time. When you first started screaming, I was so relieved.
I was screaming.
Dying men rarely scream. They don't have the energy for it. Believe me, I know. Well, you don't need that anymore, so there's some good news.
Will I be able to walk again?
Well, you won't be dancing anytime soon, but yes, you sure will. That's a promise.
Okay. Hey,
There you go.
ma'am, in the car next to me, there was a leather case.
I've got it, Paul. It's safe.
Oh, thank God, thank you.
You're welcome. Now, no more questions. You need your rest. You almost died. You'll be all right now. After all, I'm your #1.
My #1 fan.
That's right, your #1 fan. And you better believe there ain't no #2.
Oh, Miss Wilkes. Miss Wilkes!
You don't need to shut your head off. You know, I'm only on the other side of the door.
Can I have my pills now? My legs are very painful.
It's like clockwork the way your pain comes. I'm right here. Can I ask you a favor? I took the liberty of looking inside that leather case of yours.
Miss Wilkes, please.
Please call me Annie. All my friends do.
Yeah.
Anyway, I saw inside that leather case that there was a manuscript for a book inside.
And you want to read it?
You wouldn't mind, would you? You wouldn't mind if I read it. I wouldn't presume to do so without your permission. I respect you too much.
Look, I'm so sorry, but I have a hard and fast rule on who can read my work at this early stage. Only my agent and my editor. Oh, and anyone who saved me from freezing to death in a car crash.
You have no idea what a rare treat it is you've given me. Forgive me for prattling away and making you feel all oogie. There. Feel all better in a minute. I just cannot believe that my hero, the man who gave the world Misery Chastain, is recovered in my own home. Paul Sheldon himself.
It was kind of a miracle you finding me, huh?
Not a miracle at all. In a way, I was following you.
Following me?
Well, being your #1 fan and all, it was no secret to me you were staying up at Silver Creek Lodge the last 5 weeks. So sometimes I'd just tool on down and look up at the lights in your cabin and wonder what's going on in the room of the world's greatest writer.
Say that last part again, I didn't quite hear you.
The world's greatest writer. Anyway, the other day, I was rushing home because that huge storm was on the way, and there you were, leaving the lodge. And I'm thinking, what is a literary genius doing going out for a drive with this monster storm on the way?
This literary genius didn't know there was a storm coming.
Well, lucky for you, I did. And lucky for me too, because you're alive, and you can write more books. Because the world needs more misery books. Oh, Paul, I have all of your misery books. I know them off by heart, all 8 of them. That's true. I treasure them so much.
This one's not a misery.
Oh, yes, I presumed as much because I don't see her name in the title. Broken Places.
Yeah, last week that title was a metaphor. But yeah, it's not like anything I've ever written before. It's not set in the English countryside or the 18th century. Well, it's not even a romance.
Well, what is it then?
Well, my agent would say it's an esoteric, pseudo-autobiographical character study that no one wants to read. But that's just her sense of humor.
Is that funny?
Not really, no. But since you asked, it's not like anything I've ever written before. It's about the world I live in New York. It's about a man who had everything and lost his way and crashed and burned.
Well, I can't help but wish that it was a misery, but you wrote it, so I want to read it. I want to read everything that you write.
That means a lot to me.
Although, if I had your talent, if I could breathe life into Misery Chastain, that is all I would do. I'd want to write as much of her life as I could.
That's all I've been doing for the past 15 years. Oh, look, don't get me wrong, I'm not complaining.
It sounds like you are. At least a little.
No, please don't misunderstand me. Misery is responsible for all of my success, and I am very grateful for that. But there's a different writer in me. A serious writer of serious books.
Misery is serious. All 8 of your misery books are serious.
I know they are. I just hope that people enjoy this one as much as they enjoy Misery.
Well, I'm sure you will.
Did you say there were 8 misery books?
Yes. Yes, 8 misery books. Well, Misery, Misery's Challenge, Misery's Gift, Misery's Dilemma, Misery's Lover, Misery's Trial, Misery's Triumph, and Misery's Quest. That's 8.
Secret?
Secret?
9.
9. 9? Oh gosh, oh Paul, why didn't you say so? Is it coming out soon?
Very serious.
Yeah, oh, what's its name? Does it have a name? Of course it's got a name. What is it? What is it?
Misery's Child.
Misery's Child? Oh gosh, oh Paul! Oh, I'm so excited I can have a heart attack. I want to read it tonight.
Well, maybe not that soon, but it'll be in the bookstores any day. How long before the phone lines are back up? I'd like to let my agent know that I'm still breathing. Oh, and my daughter, she will be worried about me.
It's the past, Paul. None of the repair trucks can get through. But if you give me their numbers, I can call them as soon as everything is ship-shape here.
Okay, thank you so much for everything.
You're welcome.
It's kind of ironic to say the least.
What is?
The morning of the storm when I finished this book, I felt more free and alive than I had in years. And then later that day, I almost died.
But I was there.
Yes.
Oh, Paul, we are going to be so happy here. Well, I better get running on and feed the animals. They don't like it when I'm gone too long. Just like someone else I know.
Animals?
Yeah, just a half dozen laying hens and the 2 calves. Oh, and Misery.
Misery?
My pick. It was just so lonely here on the farm, and when I got Misery, she was such good company. Some days I'll have my morning coffee right there at her side, and she'll just chatter away. I hope I didn't shame you by naming her after the character that you created. You're wonderful, beautiful character. I told you I'm your #1 fan.
Yeah, I'm sorry to believe you.
Do you know what she told me when I told her that Paul Sheldon was staying here?
Wow.
Open wide. There, such a good boy.
What is it?
Nothing. No, it's nothing. Nothing at all.
It sure seems like something to me.
Well, that's ridiculous. Who am I to criticize someone like you?
Look, you won't be the first person. Go ahead.
All right. Well, I know I'm only 40 pages into your manuscript, and, well, it is brilliantly written. Everything you write is brilliant.
It's pretty brutal so far. Is it the timelines? I know it jumps forward and back.
Well, yeah, that is hard, but it's not that.
The language is complicated.
It's the swearing, Paul. There, I said it.
The profanity bothers you.
Every other word is the F word. There's no nobility in it.
Yeah, this is real life. In 1987, everybody talked like that.
What do you think I do when I go down to the feed store in town? Do you think I'm like, oh, give me some of that effing pig feed, some of that bitchly cow corn? Hell yes, ma'am, coming right the F up. And at the bank, do you think I'm like, oh, here's that effing bastard of a check. Get off your effing ass and cash it. There, see that? See what you made me do?
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm sure you are. Oh, I suppose you want some of your cock-a-doodle medicine, huh? Well, you're just gonna have to wait until I clean this mess up. You know, my mother, oh, she would have washed my mouth out with soap and water for language like that. You don't need to use swear words in the Misery books, because they didn't even use swear words back then. They weren't even invented in the 1860s. That was a better time. You should stick to the Misery books, Paul. I mean that sincerely. As someone who cares about you. As your #1 fan. You won't make me mad again, will you?
Oh, no. I don't want to make you mad. I kind of depend on you, you know?
Yes, you do, don't you?
Seriously, you swore, not me.
Take your medicine.
Annie!
my money the second I saw it. Paul, I got the first copy, the very first one. Is that great or is that great?
Oh, I'll say it. It means the roads are open again.
Well, the one into town is. But that's about it for now. But I called the head honcho at the hospital. He said, as long as there's no infection, you're not in any danger. So they'll send an ambulance for you as soon as the roads are open.
Oh, so the phones are working again.
Well, the ones here still aren't, wouldn't you know. But the one in town is working just fine.
Did you call my agent? I gave you her number, remember, Marcia Sandell?
What do you think I've been doing, Paul? I called her. I told her everything.
I just gotta get to New York. It's press launch.
You could have just heard the relief in her voice.
Did you reach my daughter?
Your agent will call your daughter. Now, I know that this manuscript is really important to you, but I have to put it down now that I've got this. Oh, Paul, just to open that first page and read her name, Misery Chastain. It is like a visit from my oldest and dearest friend. Could I ask you a favor? Would you autograph my copy? I already have your autograph on a picture, but it would mean so much to get it in person. I know that you're normally right-handed. Don't worry if it's not legible. I'll cherish it anyway. Now, it should say, to Annie Wilkes, who by saving me, saved misery. Oh, thank you. You can imagine, it took all of my willpower not to stop reading it right there in the store, but I can't wait anymore. What a poet you are.
Annie, there's something you should know about Misery's child.
Something happens in the book. Is Ian going to propose? She's not going to marry Jeffrey, is she? There's so much I want to ask you, so much I want to know.
And,
well, don't actually tell me, because then I won't get to experience it for myself. Paul, be honest with me now. Do you like Liberace?
why do you ask?
I always listen to his albums when I'm reading The Misery.
When he plays Radio City, who do you think's in the front row?
I love you, Paul. I love your mind, your creativity. That's all I meant. I made you my specialty, scrambled eggs a la Wilkes. There. I got to page 100 last night.
I guess that means it's okay.
Okay. Paul, it's as good as your other books. Better. The best. Would great be insulting?
I can live with great.
I just knew that she would marry Ian and not Jeffrey. But is Ian sterile? Or is she barren? Well, they just want a child so badly. And I do believe that Ian and Jeffrey will be friends again eventually. They do, don't they? No, don't tell me.
Annie, Misery is dead.
I got it. I know what's greater than great. What's that ceiling that Dago painted?
The Sistine Chapel?
Yes, that. That and Misery's Child are the only two divine things in the whole world. I was married, you know, years ago. back in Denver. That did not work out. That was very, very hard. I was a nurse working at a big hospital at the time, so I just threw myself into the work to get through the days. Work nights too. Nights can be slow at a hospital. So I had a lot of time to read. That is when I first discovered misery. She came into my life right at the point where I needed her most. And with her horrible childhood and her miserable stepfather, to keep fighting the way that she does, she has always been a fighter. The whole world could be against her, but she knows there is a justice higher than that of man. And God rewards the good in us. She makes me feel like I'm not alone in the world. And I realize that you have something to do with that too. And you must be a good man, or you could never have come up with such a wondrous and loving creature like Misery Chastain.
I'm
All done?
Yeah, thanks.
No problem. You know, I might have saved you from that car, Paul, but for all these years, you've saved me.
I think you're giving my books a little too much credit, Annie. I'm sure you would have been fine no matter what.
I don't know. I don't think I'll ever get married again.
Oh, no, me neither.
No?
I wasn't very good at it.
Why not?
Well, I can get pretty obsessed when I'm working. And, I didn't look up from the typewriter. And the more success I had, I just wasn't there for my wife. Or my daughter.
But you dedicated Misery's child to my daughter, Chloe, with love.
Yeah. She's not exactly talking to me right now. Oh, but I hope to make it up to her when I get back home.
Well, I hope you don't think I can just stand here chattering all day. I've got a book to finish. But I may not come out of my room because I just get so swept up. So, here is your next novel. And there's water. And there's a Reader's Digest in there. It's not from this year, but they don't go bad. Oh, Paul, I just cannot wait to get to the end.
Don't you want to make it last?
Oh, don't worry. The minute I finish, I will just start right back from the beginning.
Annie?
Yeah?
It may not be what you expected. Or the ending. It was somewhat unexpected to me.
You wrote it, silly.
I really hope you like it.
Like it? Mystery is about to have her baby. I have never been more excited. Is it going to be a boy or a girl? No, wait. Don't you tell me. Mwah! She didn't slip away. You killed her. was born yesterday. Writers are gods to the people they create. They make them up the way God made us up. And as far as misery goes, God just happens to have a couple of broken legs and is in my house and eating my food. So don't tell me that you didn't kill her. It's you! You did it! You I thought you were good, Paul. Not good. You're just another dirty bird. Please. No. I can't be around you right now. It's just not wise.
Where are you going? Where are you going? Oh, please, will you get back to me with my pain medication?
Oh. I think you have caused enough suffering. Now it's your time to suffer. Don't even think about anybody coming for you. Not those doctors. Not your agent. Not your doctor. Because I never called them. Nobody knows you're here. You better hope that nothing happens to me. Because if I don't come back, you die.